Okay, I'm here, everybody. Trying to get everything situated. I just turned on the radio and heard British Columbia coming in, and I'm so tired of waiting around for Skip. I just threw it up, whether it's going to be a good Skip session or not. Stand by. So, anyway, hello, Dallas Rife. Hello, Travis Chapin. Hello, Popcorn 913. Welcome, you guys. Appreciate you all being here. Not many people watched the last live stream. It says I have like 60 views on it, which is pretty pathetic. But here's the kicker. The day before, it had 223 views when I went to bed last night, and I got up this morning, and that same video had like 49 views. So apparently 200 or 100 and something odd people unwatched my video. The freaking YouTube pisses me off so bad. So, yeah, I know. And I lost a bunch of subs, like 5 or 6 subs, and it turned out that YouTube unsubscribed them. And luckily they noticed what happened and they resubbed me again. So crazy shit's going on YouTube. As I'm struggling to get to my 1,000 subscriber mark, they keep kicking me in the balls. I'm fucking getting really discouraged, so... Anyway... That's my bitch for now. Dallas Rife says, let's go 2112. Travis Chapin says, you. How's it going? 913, 2112 got Washington coming in. Right on. Travis said he was asleep during the last one. No worries, brother. No worries. Everybody's got a life. I'm just saying YouTube's playing tricks with me. I don't appreciate it. Popcorn says, yes, I noticed I was unsubscribed to someone as well. So, or two. Yeah, I know. Not cool. Not cool. So anyway, my dog just got out of surgery. She had knee surgery today, and she just got out about 3 hours or so ago. And she's doing well. She's like, acts like she didn't even have surgery. It's kind of crazy. So, very healthy pup. So, Maisie's doing good. Thank you very much, Travis. Appreciate it, brother. So, I've been pretty stressed today. and through last night, worried and shit. So, I'm glad she's home and my wife's here with me. So, she's watching her while I'm doing this stream. But we got a lot of recovery coming up. So I'm not sure how that'll affect my streaming or not, but we'll see. Yeah, it's quite an extensive recovery process. All right. So yeah, that's where we're at here. Hope everybody's having a nice Tuesday. Tuesday is my second favorite day of the week, followed by Saturday. Stand by. Gotta plug in my camera. Yeah, I've always liked Tuesday. I remember when I was a kid, this is probably why it has a good memory to it. When I was a kid, my dad would come and pick me up on Tuesdays and take me to Chuck E. Cheese in Simi Valley. He'd pick me up in Thousand Oaks, take me to Chuck E. Cheese in Simi Valley. And I just play the shit out of video games. All those little tiny video games. Remember they had them made just for kids? And they had the cool Pizza Time Theater with the strobe light underneath the stage. You could crawl under there and shit. That place was awesome. It's right next door to Kmart on Los Angeles Avenue. So anyway, let's see if anybody hears me out there as I blab through nothing. Looks like it's dead. It was going. I turned it on, listened for about 5 or 10 minutes, and I was like, I think it'll be worth shooting a stream out there. So, yeah, let's hope. Let's see here. We all ready here? CB Lounge 2112, Carson City, Nevada, with the live video gates. Come on. Uh-oh. Yeah, I heard 440 out there. I heard a whole bunch of people out there. I heard 789 in Idaho. And a few others. CB Lounge 2112, Carson City, Nevada. CB Lounge 2112, Carson City, Nevada, with the live video gates. We're standing by. Travis Chapin says, Kmart, home of the blue light special. That was, remember when we were kids, that was a total rip on somebody. Would you get those shoes from the blue light special? Kids are so fucking mean. And I grew up as a kind of a poorer kid in quite a wealthy town. And that was actually quite difficult. I got picked on all the fucking time about my clothes and my appearance. All that shit. My bicycle. All that stuff. If it didn't have the latest, greatest, man, those kids would rip you a new asshole in that town. Dallas Rice says, old age and gravity ain't no joke. I just did 2 miles on the treadmill and a half mile on the elliptical. What happened to my youth? Travis Chapin said he went through the same stuff, people ripping on him and shit. I was a real small kid, too. But I was known to choke motherfuckers that picked on me. So after a while, they stopped picking on me. Because this one guy, he was probably a foot taller than me. He'd been picking on me all school year. And I was sitting in front of the friggin' cafeteria, minding my own business. He came up and started picking on me and took my hat off and threw it down the hallway like they always did. And I snapped and I grabbed him by the throat and I pushed him up against the windows of the cafeteria, and the entire cafeteria turned around and looked as this guy was being choked to death up against the window by me. And his feet were barely touching the ground. It was incredible. I told him if he ever touched me again, I'd kill him. And he never fucking came around me ever again. That was when I was like 13. So that got around that I'll choke you if you fuck with me. So kids stopped fucking with me at that school. Even though I was a small guy. But it was always the same thing. I had this Ozzy Osbourne hat that had Ozzy Osbourne's freaking signature on it. That I had for... They would take my hat and throw it and all that shit, make fun of my clothes. Whatever. I don't give a shit. Fun times growing up. And that's when kids were nice. I can imagine what they're like now. Besides pussies, besides little wimps, for the most part. What a sad generation we got now. Oh. But I'm sure there's some good ones in that generation that'll help save things. I sure hope so. CB Lounge 2112, Carson City, Nevada, with a live video gates. We're standing by. Hello to that 204. Hello to that 204. I believe I heard 440 in there as well. Hello to both of you from the CB Lounge 2112. Hope you're having a good evening, my friends. Right on 204. Right on 204. Numbers to that 204. And hello to that 440 from the CB Lounge 2112. We're waving at you. Conditions are a little rough right now. But I did hear your comeback. Numbers to that 440. CB Lounge 2112 with that live video gates. We're standing by. What's that now? Huh. Hey, UDX267, how you doing, brother? Evening time to the lounge, says 267. Travis Chapin says, I was puny, but I learned how to fight. My father was a WW2 veteran. Hell yeah, man. Gotta say, choking that kid was great. That motherfucker had picked on me for so long. I can still feel the joy to this day, all these years later. Oh man, this is a fledgling stream here. We got 3 viewers. Doing good, Reed. How about you? Says 267. I'm doing all right. Now that my dog's home from surgery and doing okay, I'm doing a lot better. For sure. Travis, thank you for asking. I appreciate it, brother. Travis Chapin says, one bully got to me one day, and I knocked out a few of his teeth. Boy, we got a real brain donor out there on the other end, huh? Yeah, fucking bullies, man. Damn, Canada just disappeared. Two viewers. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Hey, Big Show Radio. How you doing, man? Nanu to you. Hailing from the Ozarks, says Big Show. CQ, CB Lounge 2112, Carson City, Nevada with a live video gates. We're standing by. Hello to that 105. Hello to that 105. Sounding fantastic on the live video gate tonight, my friend. Right on, 105. Appreciate the comeback. My friend. Numbers to that 105. CB Lounge 2112 with the live video gates. We're standing by. CB Lounge 2112. We can just hear someone out there trying to call out for us, but we can't make you out. CB Lounge 2112. We do hear you out there. We're standing by. It just escapes me. Hey, 968, how you doing, bud? 968 says hello, 2112, and to all, hope all had a good day. Right on, brother. Thanks for being here. We're kind of struggling here. I apologize. There is a little bit of skip out there, but not a ton. I just freaking hate going 5-6 days without a stream and shit. My intention is to stream at least 4 times a week. 3 to 4 times a week, you know? But I hate doing a stream that's worthless, so I hope this, you know, the skip's decent enough at least. We haven't even checked the smoke meter yet. Wow, the smoke meter's not bad, though. That's good SWR. That is good SWR right there. Woo! All right. 968 says, sitting on 22 a.m. Skip was rolling. Seems that more is coming. Noise floor is at 4. And Travis Chapin says, got to be modulating properly. You got that right. Recalibrate and properly modulate. Here at the CB Lounge 2112. CB Lounge 2112, Carson City, Nevada. CB Lounge 2112, Carson City, Nevada, with the live video gates. We're standing by. CB Lounge 2112, I think I heard you say World Radio 0469. World Radio 0469. We can just hear you at the noise floor, unfortunately, but I believe I caught your number correctly. CB Lounge 2112, we're waving at you. Numbers to you, my friend. That time we got a nice grip on you. Where do you say you were in Apache Junction, Arizona?
Apache Junction, Arizona, about 40 miles east of Phoenix, out here by the superstitious house.
Roger D, WR0469. Roger D, WR0469. We copy that. We love Arizona. CB Lounge 2112. Sending those good numbers to you, sir. Sounding good on the live video gate tonight, Joe. You're sounding great on the live video gate tonight, Joe. Thanks for the comeback. CB Lounge 2112, Carson City, Nevada, with that live video gate. We're standing by.
Damn it, boy.
Well, he did a good job. That was a good job from Apache Junction. All of a sudden, he just came booming in. Nice job, Joe. Travis Chapin says, excuse me, got a burp. Travis Chapin says, I miss going out west. When I drove truck coast to coast, the Indian people were always around, and we had a few fuel stops that were in or near reservations. Yeah, that's cool. They're good folks, usually. Usually. Oh, yeah. Dun, dun. Oh, yeah. Travis says he's half Native American. Oh, okay. I raise your Roger and call your Roger. Roger, we fold. That was cool. CB Lounge, 2112 W long time. Bye-bye. Oh, gotta modulate. Oh man, I feel like my personality's been muted tonight. I don't feel very exciting or witty. Well, I never really ever do anyway, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. All right. Let's go to AM, see if there's anything going on there. Travis Chapin says the baked beans I had earlier elevated my personality tonight. That sounds good, baked beans. AM's dead as usual. It's really a fucking bummer. I mean, I love shooting skip on sideband. I know I've said this a million times, but damn, I want my AM back. It's like it's been turned off. I think the government's shadow banning me. I think they've switched off my AM. I think the government turned off my AM abilities with a shadow ban. They don't like my kind. They don't take too kindly. Oh, maybe not. That's AM. He sounds tired. Travis Chapin says it's a commie plot. I really believe so. I really believe so. Oh, shit. All right, back to sideband. Dave's not here. Dave's not here, man. It's 83 here at the CB Lounge 2112. 83 outside, 80 inside. But the AC's blasting. Oh, boy. Yeah, it is. Travis Chapin says, classic old Cheech and Chong skit. Dave's not here. Dave's not here. CQ, CB Lounge 2112 with a live video gates. We're standing by. Huh? What'd he say? Got ourselves 5 viewers out there. Hello, 5 viewers. Thanks for being here. Travis Chapin says, no habla sie Deutsch. No kidding? No se habla sie Deutsch. I always say, no habla gabla. No habla gabla. Popcorn 913 says, now all I got is 918 now. Where's that? Where's 918 at? Travis Chapin says, 9 sprechen Espanol. No? No sprechen de Espanol? CB Lounge 2112, Carson City, Nevada. CB Lounge 2112, Carson City, Nevada with a live video gate. We're standing by. Well, geez. I wonder if the heavy skip, if there is any, is coming in the mornings when I'm still asleep. I wonder if it's switched around, because it's been, late at night here for the last few weeks when it is here. Well, shoot. Just went dead as a doornail here. Travis Chapin wants to know who remembers the Cheech and Chong skit Blind Melon Chitlin. That was the blues guy that Chong played, right? Ouch. Damn my neck. I vaguely remember that one. It's not one of the ones I remember distinctly. Travis Chapin says, indeed it was Chong. Sound like I was getting bleed over. Weird. Oh, there's people on 40. Blind chitlin melon. Blind melon chitlin. Wow. Listen, welcome to the static session. Fuck. Oh boy. Oh boy. I think BC's gone now. I don't hear any of them boys out there anymore. Up there in Canada. So we made it down to Arizona tonight. Up to Canada a few times. So it's not too shabby. Not too shabby. Nope. Somebody out there. Travis Chapin says they must have went to their curling game. That is the strangest thing. I remember when it came into the Olympics, I thought they were kidding. I thought it was a joke, you know what I mean? I've never seen anything like it. Nobody did. Nobody had. Big Show Radio says, I think I read today that was a big solar flare day. Skip was always sketchy when those occur. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Well, I'm not going to compete with other operators here locally, so I'm just going to either change channels or... I was hoping there'd be other people out there on the other ones. Solar flare. Well, maybe that'll be setting us up for some good skip after that flare dies down. Maybe is that how it works? I just don't know. Got some singing. How about it out there, DXland? How about it out there, DXland? CB Lounge 2112 with a live video gates. Hello. Oh boy. Here we go. CB Lounge 2112, Carson City, Nevada. CB Lounge 2112, Carson City, Nevada, with a live video gate. We're standing by. UDX 267 says, apparently the best skip occurs when I have to work. Of course. I think Dallas Rife could agree with you as well. Well, I guess this guy's deaf or something. I was hoping there'd be other people out there on different channels. What the hell? That guy just came out of nowhere. Travis Chapin says, heard some good Aussie songs today. Bark at the Moon, Flying High Again, and Over the Mountain. Yeah, those are three of his best. Absolutely. Bark at the Moon is my favorite Ozzy Osbourne album, I think. I quite love No Rest for the Wicked. And, oh man, No More Tears. God, all his albums are so freaking good. And of course, Diary of a Madman. That's where Flying High and Over the Mountain came from. It's too bad we only got 2 albums with Randy. But I gotta say, Jakey Lee stepped in, and that guy, he was an awesome is an awesome guitar player. I have much respect for Jakey Lee. Actually, Brad Gillis from Night Ranger filled in for Randy Rhoads after, for a short time, before Jakey Lee joined. He was kind of an interim player. And he was very good. Very, very good. Travis Chapin says the only Black Sabbath band is with Ozzy. All else are posers. I don't know about that, man. I like Dio with Sabbath, man. I gotta say, I like them both. I really do. I like them both. I like the fact that Dio and Geezer and Vinny and Tommy, when they were touring together, they called themselves Heaven and Hell near the end of Dio's life there, and they even released an album under that name, Heaven and Hell. The album was called The Devil You Know, and it's friggin' outstanding. Fine piece of heavy metal right there. I think that came out in 2010, 2009, 2010, somewhere around there. Yeah, if you don't have that album, you better get it. It's kind of the same with people say Van Halen, David Lee Roth or Sammy. I like them both for their own reasons, Hello, Foxman362. Welcome, my friend. Good to have you here, sir. I'm trying to think of who else. Like Anthrax, they had 3 different singers. The first one wasn't very good. I don't even remember his name. But then they had John Bush and Joey Belladonna. I like those guys equally. I really do. I like both versions of Anthrax. Big Show says, love the bass line and Flying High again. I play bass in a classic rock band, so I always listen to those low tones. Sweet, man. Very nice. When you say classic rock, are you talking 80s rock? Because I guess that would be called deemed classic rock now, or 60s, 70s, 80s, all of the above. You out there playing Poison and some White Snake? I didn't really care for those two groups in the 80s. Those weren't. Travis Chapin says, I used to do rhythm and bass. So we got some talent out here. That's good. I have none. I have no rhythm. I'm very honky. Because us honkies have no rhythm. Big Show says 70s, 80s mostly. A few from the late 60s. You like that, Travis? Very honky, LOL. Yeah, very honky. I'm with you there, UDX267. UDX267 says I play a mean air guitar. Me too. I play all the instruments. I play air drums, air guitar, air bass. I'm really good at all of them. Travis says, anymore, I play the radio very well. What was that guy talking about, top or bottom load? Man, I apologize for the boring stream tonight. I probably won't keep you much longer. Go back to AM and go around one more time here. Do you guys ever catch yourself switching channels and you swear you can hear people out there talking, but it's just static, but it's your mind making you think that there's actually people out there? I know it does. Maybe I'm just crazy, but that happens to me. I swear I hear somebody out there. Travis says, this isn't boring. It's quite a cool discussion. Oh yeah, for sure. I appreciate music discussions. I just feel guilty sometimes, or not guilty, but feel like I'm misleading. You know, you guys come here for CB radio shit, not for I don't know, my complaints in life and things like that. You know what I mean? So, I try to make it all about CB radio the best I can. But when there's not much happening on the CB, what can you do? But I doubt you guys would want to watch a stream without the CB radio component in it. Maybe if I did like an interview with a CBer on FaceTime or something. Oh, no, I can't do that. Oh, yeah, I can. No, maybe I can't, because all my devices are occupied when I do a stream. Excuse me. Man, I talked, all that smoke that I had in my lungs made me raspy. Travis says, we all have a right to say what we want. This is the main portion, but the filling in is cool as well. Well, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Or am I like a Twinkie? There's just no cream filling in those fuckers anymore. There's no filling in those fuckers anymore. Man, Hostess is such garbage. They were such awesome, just, man, I could just eat Hostess for days back in the 80s and the 90s. And the 70s, of course. Holy shit, once the late 90s and the 2000s came, it's like, it seems like they invented artificial food and replaced all the stuff that was good with a facsimile. Foxman362 says, I was getting Skip on 38 lower earlier today. I was hearing Fort Worth, Texas, Wisconsin, 28 a.m., 6 a.m., 19 was active today. Here in Tennessee, around 2 to 3 today, this afternoon. Travis Chapin prefers Little Debbie snacks. Those aren't bad. I don't really eat any of the bakery stuff that, you know, those type of bakery stuff anymore. Just because the quality has just gotten so fucking bad. Because like I said, I used to eat the shit out of Hostess and Intamins. Intamins used to be really good too. They're not very good anymore either. And they're still just as expensive. No, I find my donut fixes just at the local mom and pop donut shop. That's where you get the stuff. That's where you get the good stuff. Foxman362 says Moon Pies is good. I haven't had one of those since I was a little kid. I keep meaning to check for them too. Big Show says check out Lilac. Is that an acronym for something? Family band of siblings. Really cool covers of Ronnie James Dio with a female lead. Melody has a raspy Janis Joplin voice. Has sung with Vinny Appice's band. Oh, wow. Well, that's a good credit right there, man. I love Vinny, man. He's sure an amazing drummer, man. If anybody could replace, you know, Bill Ward, it would be Vinny. Vinny's a very good dude. Big Show says they do a fantastic Rainbow in the Dark cover. Sweet. That's staple right there. That's one of Dio's staple songs, you know, I don't get tired of. You know, how we have those bands that have staple songs. And, you know, the first one that comes to my mind is Stairway to Heaven. What a awful piece of garbage that song is now. Not because it is a piece of garbage, but because it's been played so much into the ground that it's been stomped on and trampled on, and now it's just a piece of garbage. But then there's some bands out there, I don't ever get tired of their staple songs. And Rainbow in the Dark's definitely one of them. I'm not sure who these guys are, but we'll sit and listen to them. They're on AM. So this is kind of a sandbag show, right? I guess. I'm not feeling too friendly tonight. No, I'm just kidding. I don't feel like talking to anybody. I'll just talk to you guys. Cheers. Cheers, 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 cheers. I'll stop and listen to anything on the AM just because it's been so elusive. So freaking elusive. I'll stop and listen for a bit. Now that's that other local person here that I just don't want to compete with shooting skip, which is kind of a bummer. But there's a story behind that shit anyway. And it's not a friendly one, and it's not a nice one. It's basically bullying, is what it is. Boils down to bullying. I'm being bullied, is what I'm trying to say. Literally, I'm being bullied by local operators here in town. I've said this before on the other streams that they have a grudge against me. Something's been said that isn't true, obviously, and it's sparked anger in people and stuff. So they try to ruin my streams and step on me when I'm shooting skip. But you know, it's blatantly obvious. You know what I mean? So I just don't feel like competing with it. I really don't. So. You guys know what's kind of going on. I didn't even want to acknowledge it because I don't fucking like drama, and I don't participate in drama, and I don't subscribe to drama. You know what I mean? I'm not a child in a man's body, so I don't operate like that. You know what I mean? I'm not here to cause anybody any problems, even the local people that don't like me anymore. Who just admired me for months and months and months when I was doing a show with them and featuring their local stations and stuff. And then that show, it was called CB Lounge 2112 show. And I stopped doing that at the beginning of the year, at the end of last year, because I was putting 25 to 30 hours complete time into producing the show, and I was literally getting 20 to 40 views. That's it. And I discovered that streaming's a little more lucrative. I get a wider audience, and I'm not putting 25 to 30 hours into which I don't mind doing if it pays off, but it wasn't paying off, and that's why I quit doing that show. And that reason that I quit doing the show got turned into something else, which I have no idea what. So now I have local haters, and it's really quite a bummer. Like I said, I was the shit there a while ago. Everybody loved me. All of a sudden, the local, I'm not taking credit, but the local scene kind of got a little more active last summer and stuff, and people look forward to joining up on Saturday nights when I did the show and everything. And then I became an absolute demon piece of shit once I stopped doing that show. Literally. So that's the situation, and I don't want it to interfere with my streams, and I try not to let it interfere. And it doesn't upset me. It makes me sad, actually. It makes me sad, and I think it's quite pathetic, very childish. I just really don't understand, and really, I don't really care to understand at this point anymore, you know. These are people I don't really know that well at all. But when I had encounters with them, they were always respectful, and I was respectful back. And it's no longer like that anymore. It just proves that you don't have to go looking for problems and drama. It can come right to your doorstep, without you even asking for it. Without one asking for it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I really didn't want to talk about it. I kind of wanted to keep it on the down low, but you guys are going to notice probably when my streams get interrupted. What's going on. So there you go. You know exactly what's going on. So with the exception of Reno operators, because the Reno operators are all the ones I've come across, they're all cool. They don't cause problems. But if you hear anybody from Carson City or Minden or Gardnerville or Dayton, be suspect of them. Because I'm suspect of them because, I expect them to cause me problems. I've watched them do this to someone else that has since moved away from the area. But I've watched a select few people, really not be good ambassadors of the hobby, for lack of better words. You know what I mean? Well, I just need my viewers need to know what's going on, so I don't sit here and just, going, oh, I hope they don't notice that or whatever. You guys are going to notice it if it continues. Yeah, if you notice really childish behavior, that's pretty much what's going on. I'm being trolled by the locals here in the Carson City, Carson Valley area. Very sad. Sad and pathetic, like I said. But I'm not going to go back and do that kind of crap to them because, number one, why would I waste my time? And number two, I have a kind of a code that I stick to. And being an asshole and being a dick is a code that I try to, or not being an asshole or not being a dick is a code I stick to the best I can. And I'm certainly not here to cause anybody else problems, even if they hate me. I don't have the time nor the energy to put forth, crap like that. So, I don't know. So that's where the status of the lounge stands at this point right now with that kind of stuff. Travis Chapin says, go ahead and vent 2112. You'll feel better, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, I just want everybody to know because it's blatantly obvious. At least to me, it is pathetically obvious. Foxman 362 says he's 42 miles west of Knoxville, Tennessee. I have never been there before. I've been to Nashville and Memphis. That's it. And, and points in between there. But I don't believe we went to Knoxville ever. Yeah, buddy. Well, these guys are still out here on 33. So once again, I'm sorry for my really awful stream tonight. I just feel like I've really not been doing too good these last 3 or 4 streams. I feel like I've lost my touch or something, or if I even had any touch to begin with. You know what I do need is an RC Cola. And I'm going to be right back with an RC Cola, so stand by. I won't even put the sign up. All right, all right. I'm back. I'm back. The nectar of the gods right here. Nectar of the gods. Travis Chapin says he's on the corner of BFE and the ass end of nowhere. You know, sometimes that's a good place to be. I wouldn't actually mind being in where you're at. The further from people, the better. Big Show says, I'm keen up on Reed. Just playing. Thankfully, I don't have any idiot operators close by. Well, that's good, man. Definitely good. I'm glad you don't. Travis Chapin says, stand by for station ID as I left to get my RC. And 968 says, all I hear is high-pitched static. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. There's somebody out there still. '17 had actually been kind of active the last week or so at odd times. Uh, 267 says bacon frying in the BAM now. Yeah, I hear ya. It's kind of soothing. Sometimes I'll sit in here and I'll fall asleep because of it. Seriously, it's soothing when I'm just chilling in here, waiting for hear somebody key up or whatever. I'll fall asleep for sure. So now you guys know why I kept skipping that channel there. I'm not trying to point anybody out or anything, so I don't mention any names, because they don't deserve to be mentioned anyway. But yeah. But yeah. Travis says, one of my old pickup trucks, I had a sticker made for the back window that said BFE. I had a cop ask me what it meant, and I just laughed like hell. Somebody really seriously didn't know what that meant. Anyway, so there you go. Yeah, bullies are pathetic. Really are pathetic. But, you know, they're everywhere. CB radio, the internet, the grocery store, church. They're everywhere. Travis says, I swear, man, he didn't know. I had to explain it to him. He then laughed as well. I wonder if he's laughing slightly at himself for being clueless. I'm just kidding. That's crazy, though, that someone didn't know what BFE was. Wow. I can understand a millennial or something not knowing, but I don't know. Travis said he felt like a dunce. Oh, man. Man, I thought I was dumb. Jesus, mister, you take the cake. Did the cop was pulling you over, or he just happened to see your sticker? Oh. Oh, we still got 6 viewers listening to this sizzling bacon here. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. You don't have to listen to sizzling bacon anymore. I won't make that. I won't make you do that anymore. I promise. Man, I feel like such a failure here, but I'm not. But I feel like one because here you guys spend your time to come and watch me and shit, and I shit happens. You know what I mean? I just hope some people that grow up and move on. You know what I mean? Whatever. I don't know what else to say other than it's pathetic. So I'm gonna take another. Oh, it's still burning. I'm gonna take a couple of rips with you guys, unless you want to talk more about anything else. I'm willing to stay and talk with you guys. But if you want me to get out of here, I'll just have a few rippers with you and say adios. Travis says he just happened to see it and asked. I was coming out of a convenience store getting gas and my snuff. A snuff film? You were buying snuff film at a gas station? Good Lord, man. I don't know if you want to be saying shit about that, bro. That's kind of Hunter Biden kind of shit. I'm just kidding, man. I know what snuff is. See what happened to me? Did you see that? Did you see what God did to me? Man, I just got a meteorite. Fucking A. That's a total bummer. Well, this freaking bowl is done. Travis said Copenhagen snuff. Sorry, I lost my spot. Copenhagen snuff. 267 says, don't worry, we know how conditions roll. Appreciate it. 968 says, getting a 78 XLT next month. Excuse me. Next month sometime. Trying to build a collection. Well, that's a mighty fine radio to put in a collection, I gotta say. I love unit ends. Always have. My ultimate unit end, I've mentioned it many times, is a unit end PC 244. Around 1986 or so, 87, somewhere in that vicinity when they made those. Gorgeous radio. It's a step up from the PC 122, I believe. No, I think the PC 122 came after it and added a digital meter and stuff, which is fine. The LED bars. But back then, everybody hated the LED bars and wanted their regular meters on the radios, which I still prefer as well. But I like having a radio that has those LED bars still because it's nostalgic. It looks pretty cool, actually, I think. Travis says, Speak of the Devil was a great album by Ozzy as well, too. It was. Not too bad. It was all Sabbath stuff. Unfortunately, I wish it would have been, Blizzard of Oz and Jesus Christ, Diary of a Madman material. That would have been better. But that was a cool album. They called it Talk of the Devil in England. I guess I can't remember the reason why, but they're both, a saying. So I guess it didn't make sense to the English Speak of the Devil, but Talk of the Devil did or something. It's not speak of the devil the way I see it is. It's like speak of the devil, that saying. But people probably think he's speaking about the devil back then. You know what I mean? Yeah, good album. Who played guitar on that? Was that Brad Gillis? I can't remember. The other one that's really good is Tribute. That came out in, 87 or so. I enjoy that album. It's, live Randy Rhoads. the problem with Speak of the Devil, unfortunately, was there's fucking Iron Man. Oh, here we are, back to the songs that we don't ever want to hear again, even if the band's awesome. And Iron Man is right there with Stairway to Heaven. I hate that song. It sucks. It used to be a good song when I was a kid in the 70s and 80s. That song's been curb stomped, completely curb stomped, and has it all any value that it had has been wrung out of it by mainstream. And that that goes for a lot of songs like Another Brick in the Wall. Although I really still can listen to that song. Is my fan on? Yeah. Forgot to turn off my power supply. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other songs that are, that I hate from a band I love. That's staple garbage. It just turns into staple garbage. I don't have I'm not real swift tonight, so that one hadn't popped into my head yet. Hey, Mr. B, how you doing, bud? How you doing? Welcome to the talk show here. Mr. B says, just want to say hello to WR 292, St. Louis, Missouri. St. Louis, Mo. Right on, brother. Good to have you here, man. Good to have you here. Appreciate you coming in. Travis Chapin says, I cannot remember the guitarist. Neither can I. I cannot. I'm going to guess that it was Brad Gillis, but I'm probably wrong. It might have been Jakey Lee. Yeah, I remember that album. I remember Exit Stage Left from Rush. That was another great live album that came out when I was a little kid. I really enjoyed. My first Rush album, though, I bought was, imagine this, 2112. I bought it, though, in 1979, not 1977 when it came out. When I was 7, I wasn't buying music yet. But a few years later I was, because I was recycling cans. I think I've talked about that before. I lived in a pretty ritzy town. It's a town where all the motion picture people live now. Hollywood people. It's like a bedroom community or whatever, and they've wrecked it now. But a lot of rich people live there. I'm not even going to say the name of the place. What was my point? Now I can't remember. Fuck, man. Oh, me smelling like beer. So I would dive into dumpsters and shit and collect cans, and I made quite a bit of money for a 8, 9, or 10-year-old, and I made enough money to buy cassettes and skateboard wheels and things like that for myself, and singles, 45 singles. I remember buying Devo, Whip It, and Queen, Another One Bites the Dust. I remember getting those. And Gary Newman, Cars. All about 1980. But I bought it all with my proceeds from my can collecting. But man, I would smell like a brewery every day. Not to mention, it's kind of gross. I didn't think about needles and things like that. Maybe back then you probably really didn't have to worry about it so much. At least, unless you poke yourself on a needle from a fucking diabetic or something. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Yeah, those were the days. Those were the days. Yeah, I had work ethic since I was a little kid. I didn't wait for my parents to buy me shit. I went and dumpster dived for cans and took care of it that way. Because my mom couldn't afford to buy much at all. She spent all her money on our accommodations. We never had to live in a shithole, luckily. But it took all her freaking money as a single mother, you know what I mean? This is back when Southern California was still part of the United States. It was, unfortunately, there's great people that are still there that are trapped on that island now, still. But it was a great place back then. It had morals and values just like Middle America did. People went to church and things were closed on Sunday and all that good stuff. Just like Middle America, it was a good place to be then. It's not hedonistic and just a disgusting open sewer cesspool that it's become, unfortunately, now. And I don't mean to bag on California, because it makes me sad that my birthplace has become that. But I'm glad I got to grow up there when the growing up was good. That's for sure. For sure. Travis Chapin says, Weird Al, another one rides the bus. Man, I loved Weird Al. Actually, Weird Al was one of my first concerts at the Starlight Bowl in Burbank, California. And it was this beautiful open air concert bowl, like the Hollywood Bowl, up on the San Gabriel Mountains overlooking Burbank and the San Fernando Valley. Beautiful, just beautiful. And he appeared there with Howie Mandel as the opening act, and he had a really good band. They weren't jokesters when it came to be musicians. And of course, Weird Al can play the shit out of that accordion. He's freaking awesome, great musician, great singer too. I mean, just because he's goofy doesn't mean he doesn't have talent. But yeah, another one rides the bus. He had so many good ones, man. That was a great one. There's a smelly old bum sitting next to me. He hasn't showered in a year. Some of the now you can't play that song because it'll insult bums. You know how our country just puts bums and thieves up on a pedestal now. They worship the bums and thieves now these days. The world's so fucking upside down. It's insane. It's very, very insane. Okay, everything's off. Let's see if we got one more ripper. One more ripper here. Any other questions? Travis Chapin says, I haven't been in a crowd like this since I went to see The Who. What's that from? Did that go over my head somehow? That sounds like a movie. Don't mind me. Hopefully this isn't any nasty ripper either. Actually, it wasn't too bad. But that was definitely the last one. That was the last ripper. Another one rides the bus. Oh, okay, that's right. That's one of the lyrics. Okay. See what I mean? I'm a little slow. I wish that people could record a little message and then I could play it and their voice could come onto the live stream. You know what I mean? That would be cool. Like people could take turns pressing a button to talk. A push-to-talk button, basically, like a CB. That would be pretty sweet. We used to have the Google Hangouts here at CB Radio I've talked briefly about before, and I did a Saturday night show for about 2 years called the Saturday Night Chooch back when I smoked cigarettes, so it was based on that. A chooch is a cigarette. I stole that from Pug One Pug Life years and years ago. I didn't make that up, so he gets credit for that. And it was fun. And if you don't know what it is, I'm sure you guys, some of you guys at least know what it is, it's got me and then I can have 9 other guests and we're all live together and we can all talk at the same time and talk with each other. And it was a lot of fun. And you had a panel of people, and I was doing it with moto vloggers, which is the moto vlogger community, and they're people who ride around on their motorcycles, street bikes, with cameras on or in their helmets with microphones, and you talk about whatever. People have different styles of doing it or whatever, but it basically boils down to the same thing. You're recording your ride while you're narrating something about your life or telling a story or whatever. And it makes for very unsafe riding for me. That's why I don't do it anymore. And it wasn't lucrative. It just, the community died out, and you know how it goes. So, stand by. Let me clear a text real quick. I apologize about that. If the text banner is there, I can't see some of the texts that come up, and I don't notice them. Travis says, kind of like the old Yahoo chat rooms. Actually, way better, though. It was all video chat. And it was in good quality, 720p and stuff. Yeah. Similar, though. But it was nice because you could have 10 people total with the host. And you could put banners up underneath your name and everything. It was a lot of fun. I actually still have all those shows in my back catalog on this channel, back when it was Reed's Bud Videos. But I can't bring myself to watch them again because my dogs that have passed away over the years appear in them and everything, and it's kind of heartbreaking. It's not funny, but it's heartbreaking. So I haven't watched them again. But they were fun. They were a lot of fun. I wish we could have the Google Hangouts again, but they ended them like 4 or 5 years ago for who knows what reason. Foxman 362 says 2112. Have you ever watched the Old Tube Radio Network? It comes on YouTube on Saturday nights. I have watched that before, right after Old Radio Night with Dirty Diaper 21, who's a great dude, and love his show. I always, well, I don't always, but when I do watch stuff on Saturdays, I try to always watch his show, and then I've watched Old Tube Radio Network a few times as well. I prefer Dirty Diaper show more. But they have a good show. And Dallas Rife says, I'm back. Sorry I had to split for a while. Oh, no problem, man. You're not missing much, dude. Well, you missed a little bit, actually. If you watch this replay, Dallas, I kind of get into the nitty-gritty of the status at the CB Lounge 2112. I'm not going to say any more than that, really. You'll have to go back a bit and listen to my conversation. It's pathetic and sad and irritating. Well, not even irritating. It's just pathetic and sad and pathetic. And not on my part either, at all. I tell you what, I'm one of those people. I own what I say and I own what I do. I'm at the age now, you know what I mean? It's all on the table for me. So if I was an asshole or I did shit wrong, I would apologize for it and I would own what I did. And I have in the past. You know, that's the things I do. But this isn't the case. Not at all. I literally simply quit doing a show that I was producing all by myself. No one asked me to do it. Blah blah blah. I simply quit doing that show, and then they didn't like that. That's on my end. That's it in a nutshell. It's wacky. It's really wacky, like a wacky wall walker. Remember those wacky wall walkers? Blah! They look like a spider, and you can regenerate the stickiness by putting them in dish soap. I remember that shit. Wacky walkers. Travis Chapin says, I watch OTR and DD21 show as well. Definitely. Yeah, I try to catch it as much as I can. Dallas Rice says, yeah, Skip has been shit here for the last 2 weeks, but we're glad to hang out with you. Appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. We got 5 viewers. 5 left. I swear to God, 10 seconds ago, there was 10. If anything's driving me nuts, it's the goddamn analytics and the numbers here on YouTube. They're all over the place. I told you the other day, or maybe I told you a little while ago, my stream the other day or day before or whatever, I went to bed, it was last night. I went to bed last night and it had 223 views. And I was like, oh, good, people like that one. And I got up this morning to check my stuff and it had 49 views. How does a video get unviewed? What's that all about? And then people get unsubscribed from me because my subscriber count keeps fluctuating. Seems like I take 1 step forward and 8 steps back. That's a bit... Sorry, I don't mean to bitch and moan about my channel. I actually really apologize about that. I don't want to bitch and moan about my channel, but yeah, I am gonna bitch and moan about the YouTube though. Get your algorithm together or whatever you got to do. Get these numbers correct so people can count on them. Basically, yeah, I don't know what to think sometimes. And that's the other thing. I'm getting nervous. I have a lot of subs for the most part, 800 and I think 50 or something like that. No, 875, which is fantastic. What was I going to say? Oh my God. Sorry, I lost my concentration. I'm out of smoke. Should I hit it? Should I try to hit it one more like a fiend? Fuck, man, I gotta get a fix. I gotta get a fix, boys. Gotta get a fix. Okay. We're gonna smoke that resin. Actually, it wasn't too bad. I bet the exhale's gonna be awful. Wow, what was I gonna say about? I wasn't bragging about how many subs I have. I never try to be braggadocious. I'm not that kind of person either. A braggadocious person. Even like when I get something new or whatever, I don't even like to tell like my brother who's having financial difficulties and stuff. I don't like to tell him about anything that I've gotten because I feel guilty and I feel like I'm bragging to him when he can't afford things. You know what I mean? That's the way I think. And I kind of wear my heart on my sleeve and it gets me in trouble. Damn it. But yeah. RC. Travis says, I look forward to seeing you here online, Reed. Well, thank you. I look forward to seeing you in the chat, my friend. Oh, how do I get this out of here? No, go away. Oh, I can't see the chat now. I popped up something. Oh, okay, it went away. I'm not that old. I'm not that technically challenged. Oh, jeez, come on. Travis Chapin says, new RC sign on your wall there. I like that. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? I like it too. I just made it from an RC box, obviously. Put pieces together, glued them together and shit. Made my own little logo out of it, basically. Yeah. Best cola, that's God's nectar. Nectar of the gods. RC cola. It's not a communist cola like Pepsi and Coke. Especially Pepsi. I heard the most disparaging shit. This is why, because I used to drink Pepsi along with RC, you know, whatever was available. But I stopped drinking Pepsi altogether because their foreign CEO, a woman, not because she's a woman, it has nothing to do with being a woman, but this person's a foreigner, number one, and said the most disparaging shit about Americans and veterans, and this was during the whole BLM stuff when that all started, and it was attack on the honkies, and you know what I mean, and the Pepsi Cola attacked the honkies. And this honky said, fuck you, Pepsi. You could drink yourself, Pepsi. And then I've heard stuff about Coca-Cola too. So let's hope that RCs are saving grace here and they're patriotic company. You know, I don't care to even know about a company's values. And that's the new thing, you know, with companies. On their website, here's our values. I don't give a fuck what your values are. What is the values on what you're selling? You can stick your stupid libtard shit up your ass and just sell me what you got there, right? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Travis Chapin says, look at the ingredients on Coke and Pepsi cans. I cannot pronounce it. I don't drink them. Foxman says, RC's been around since the 1900s, 1905. Right there. That's established, 1905. It says it right there. Yeah. I actually think that's the same year that Pepsi came along, too, 1905. Yeah, they've been around a long freaking time, man. But I remember they were really a big cola company in the 70s. Before the Pepsi Challenge, right? Young people, they wouldn't know what the Pepsi Challenge is. Wow, I still got 7 viewers. Travis Chapin, that's great. Travis Chapin says, my beverage has been around since 1842. What is that, like Jack Daniels or something? Codeine? Drink that codeine, man. Get some syrup going. I shouldn't even know about that crap. Because honky. Oh, Schaefer beer. Okay. I don't think I've ever had Schaefer beer when I drink. When I drank beer, of course, this is at the end of the 80s. I quit drinking in 1990. A year before I turned 21, I quit drinking. I'd reached a point in my life where it was advisable for me to not drink anymore. But anyway, I was drinking Keystone Light in a specialty line can because they were $1.99 for 12 at the Rebel gas station in Las Vegas. $1.99 for 12. So me and my buddy, and they would sell it to people underage. So we were buying it at 18 years old and shit. And we would go out and each get a 12-pack of Keystone Light and go out in the desert up above by the shit farm, which is the sewer plant. Looks out over the Las Vegas Valley and get fucking wasted out there in the desert. You know how funny such simple things are, so entertaining and adventurous when you're a kid. You know what I mean? Crazy. I'm glad we didn't get murdered out there. That wouldn't have been good. Corey 8791. Hello to that Corey 8791. He says near beer. I remember that stuff. I bought it as like a 10-year-old from a liquor store I used to stop by on the way home from school. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy some of that near beer with some of this aluminum can money I got here. I had money when I was a little kid because of those aluminum cans. I at least had $5 or $10 on my person, and that's a lot of money in 1980, 81, 79, in that era. Especially for a 9 and 10-year-old kid. All earned legitimately by dumpster diving. But yeah, near beer. So I bought one of those and I was like, ugh, is this what beer tastes like? Ugh, and I threw it away. I went and got myself an RC Cola. I was like, man, I don't see how adults drink that shit. And you know what? I really never really liked the taste of alcohol, beer included. I just drank it for the effect. You know, after 4 or 5, beer tastes good, I guess. I don't know. But I was never a connoisseur. I never had a craving for the taste of beer. Only the craving to get drunk and get fucked up and party on. You know what I mean? That's why I drank, including Bacardi. That was like drinking gasoline as far as I was concerned. But boy, you got messed up on that stuff. I drank St. Ides. I drank Old English 800s. I drank Mickey's Big Mouths. What was the other one? Old English 800. All the malt liquor. And those put me face down in the dirt the best. And I drink 40s, couple of 40s, you know, 2, 3 sometimes. But 2 is usually what my limit was on the malt liquor. Pretty awful. And so alcoholism runs in my family and stuff, and I knew that, and it was making me a mean dude as a young guy, you know what I mean? Who wants to be becoming a shrew at 18, 19 years old? So I stopped drinking, and it helped my life. And I'm the kind of person that do something in excess. I either drink or I don't drink. So if I were to drink, I would be afraid that I would just, if I got drunk one time, I'd be afraid that I'd be like, oh man, I'm gonna just do this for a while and go off the deep end or something. It scares me. I doubt I would do that, but you just never know, man. And having alcoholism in the family is scary. Makes me paranoid, is what I'm saying. Fuck, not good stuff for me. So yeah. Let's see. Let me catch up here. Thanks for staying with me, everybody. I still have 7 viewers. If I have like I say, the threshold's 5. If it drops below 5, I'll go. But unfortunately, I don't have any smoke, and that's not good. That's my brain fuel. That helps my anxiety, is what it does. Helps me relax. And plus, you guys like to see me smoke weed anyway, and I like to smoke weed for you. It's fun. I like it. If anybody anybody out there has stuff you want me to test, you can contact me. You can get a hold of me through the shit down below. I don't make for a very good YouTuber, do I? I don't know where the box is and the comment below, and I don't know you know what I mean? Some of these people, they're just so friggin' polished and just boring. Let me catch up, guys. Catch up. Like Beavis and Butthead when they were in the desert on peyote. Oh my God, that scene's one of the best scenes of any fucking movie, cartoon or not. I love that scene, and it's all drawn by Rob Zombie. You're talking about Beavis and Butthead Do America. I love that fucking movie. And I'm not a cartoon guy, but Beavis and Butthead, definitely love them. And South Park. Those are the two I really, really, truly enjoyed. Hate Family Guy and those ones. They're just dumb and brainless humor. Just, I don't know. I just don't like it. I hate the sound of the voices and not for me. Not for me. Yeah, that peyote scene's freaking awesome, man. That's great that you bring that up. I hadn't thought about that in a long time. I have the DVD. Now I want to go watch it. Big Show says, I found an old... God, I don't even know how to say that. A greasy dick beer? I know I said that wrong. Greasy dick beer. In the river one day. Oh, he said greasy dick. I should have read further. What a beverage name, huh? It really is Greasy Dick. How funny. That's disgusting, man. No wonder it was in the river. Hey, you want a greasy dick? Bam! The guy goes in the river with his greasy dick. You know what I mean? That's how it got in there in 1950. Guy offered me a greasy dick, officer. Oh, well, fuck him. Leave him down there. That's the way it used to be back in the day, when people freaking paid for their actions. You know what I mean? They're responsible for their actions. They actually paid for them back then, too, for the most part. Von Roll Skyway, hello, 103, waving from Southern California, Sparky 103. Sparky 103 says craft beer only. I'm kind of familiar. Is that just like a locally brewed beer? Is that what craft beer is? Or is that something that somebody makes in their garage? I'm not exactly sure what that is. I've heard it for years, too. Foxman362, energy drinks are the worst. I hate those fucking things. I never drank those things. They're just a can of piss. That's what they are, a can of piss. I remember trying, the first one I ever tried was Rockstar, and that was in the late 90s. That's when those things were starting to come around. After that one taste of Rockstar, I was like, you can keep that shit. I'll just do methamphetamine, thank you very much. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so energy drinks are the worst. I used to drink them back in 07 to 2012. NOS, Red Bull, Fear, Rockstars, Monster. I was trying to get smart playing too much Xbox Live video games back then. Yeah, that'll do it, man. Well, I'm glad you don't drink those things anymore because people seriously like died of heart attacks, and who knows what the repercussions are from those years down the road. Von Roll said 103 says conditions here are weird. Australia coming in. I heard that yesterday. It was all Australia, and I was like, oh man, I can't even hear the other side of the conversation, so I didn't even listen very much. I just turned it off and went and did something else. Von Roll says yummy Lowenbrow. I remember that beer. And 103 says not big name brewers, talking about craft beers. Not big name breweries, excuse me, local breweries. In San Diego alone, there are over 160 of them. Holy shit. Is there ever a brewery war down there? Fuck, man. That sounds like what set you in? What brewery you with, man? What dispenser you claim? That's crazy, though. That's a lot of competition. I don't see how beer can be made 160 different ways. But I'm sure it can be. You know, a little of this, a little of that. Some salt and pepper. There you got it. And there you got it. Damn. And there I don't have it. I don't have any smoke. I'm like a fiend. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't do drugs. I don't drink alcohol. I don't gamble. I don't cheat on my wife. I'm a good boy. Travis Chapin says one beer that kicked my ass is the Molson Triple X, 7.3% alcohol. Is that a lot? Isn't it? Some beers are what, in the 3 or 4%? I'm not even real familiar with it. What percentages are good and or high and low for the most part. I'm kind of clueless when it comes to that shit. And you know what? I'm from Nevada and I have no idea how to play cards. And I don't care about gambling whatsoever. But I don't even know how to play cards. That's how uncultured I am. That's what I'm looking for. A social retard. Uh-oh. The R word was spoken. The R word was spoken. Travis Chapin says Schaefer is 4.3%. What a ripoff, man. You got to drink twice as many. Twice as many for the happiness. Oh, shit. Uh-oh, we're down to that 5 viewer mark here. If we drop below 5, I out of here. That's my cue to get out and go eat my enchilada dinner. But I very much enjoy hanging out with you guys. So I'm going hungry for y'all. 103 says, oh yeah, I'm into Irish Reds. Irish Reds generally run 5 to 6.5 ABV. Some stouts are 11 to 17 ABV. Yeah, that's now you're speaking completely a foreign language to me. I don't know. I don't have a clue. That you may as well be talking about algebra. I was a shitty math student. Holy crap. My strong point was history and science. That's where I kicked ass. And smoking cigarettes at lunchtime. I was really good at that also. Out by the tree in Hart Park. Von Roll Skyway 103 says alcohol by volume. Okay. I was thinking above something or other. Above means sea level. 17% above means sea level. Get you drunker at higher elevation. Travis says he aced history and spelling. Math skills suck too. Yeah, I wasn't bad at English and spelling too. Not too bad at all. Yeah, it was math. The math thing was the worst part about it for me. And I didn't have to do any of the stupid physical education, thank God, because my dad I think I told the story recently. My foot damn near got ripped off my body. Getting caught in the spokes of a 10-speed bicycle when I was a little kid. So I couldn't play any sports. I was fucking excused from all that shit, and I'm glad I was, because I hated sports. I've never been one of those people that like ball things, you know what I mean? I always liked snowboards and skateboards and rollerblades, and you know what I mean. Those are the kind of things I always liked. I didn't care for teams and shit like that. I still don't. I never. I remember being a kid, and when I would be at my dad's house for the weekend, and I'd be waiting for the Love Boat to come on, because man, I loved that show when I was a kid. There's some great babes that were on that show, and I was like, man, one day I'm going to be on a ship like that working, and all the babes will be at my bar. Didn't work out, but yeah. And I remember that would get preempted by the football game, and there would be like 2 minutes left on the clock for the football game, and it would take 2 hours, I swear to God, 2 hours for that 2-minute clock to run down. And by the time that happened, Love Boat was done, and the Fantasy Island done, kaput. I hated football because of that. I don't know. Just never been my thing, guys. Music was always my thing, and my idols always had, instruments. They didn't run around chasing an egg on the field. But and I just busting the chops of people who like traditional sports. Just busting your chops. You have every right to like whatever the hell you want, you know what I mean, in sports. I'll still like you. Just don't make me go to a game with you. That's pushing it. Literally, I've had people in the past make fun of me. You don't want to go to a Dodgers game? No, I don't. I'll go to Dodger Stadium when there's a concert there, is what I usually say, because that's the only time I've ever been to that stadium is to see concerts. And my last concert there was Depeche Mode, the Violator tour, in August of 1990, and their opening act was electronic, and it was fantastic. It was an incredible show, hot as hell that night. Oh man, it was a great memory, good show, great band. Let's see here. 103 says, I have a good 0.5 a.m. Oh, 5 a.m. comes early. Sparky 103 10-7. All right, Sparky. You take care if you're not already gone already, bud. Travis Chapin says, I love rugby. I'm not too familiar with that either. That's like Australian form of football? Like real football? The English call football soccer, or we call soccer football. All that good stuff. That I do know. I actually played soccer when I was a little kid. I was in a league and stuff because my dad made me, and I fucking hated every minute of it. I'd rather have been on my BMX bike at the track that was just right behind the field, and I'm standing out on the field not wanting to kick the stupid ball and run after it, but I'm watching the kids ride the skateboard park over there. And I'm like, that's where I want to go. And that's what I was always proficient at. Those kind of things, I was a very good skateboarder and an even better snowboarder. I'm not trying to float my own boat, but these were the things I excelled at. Like kids in school, excelled at, football and stuff. Well, I did the winter sports thing. I was a really good skier and then a snowboarder and, that kind of shit. Luckily around here, that was a kind of a respected thing as well, because this is a ski area. A lot of people ride, still, even into their 60s and shit around here. Except for me. I can't afford to do it anymore. Man, it's expensive for a lift ticket and shit now. Ridiculous. That's why I have a motorcycle. Which I did go ride last night. I haven't been riding because it's been really extra windy this summer. That's a bad word in this house, so we don't say it, we spell it, and so it's ruined all the days. But last night was gorgeous and absolutely calm, and I went out and had a nice 35-40 mile ride around the area and went out by our river, and it was gorgeous, and I saw a coyote, and it was nice, and I felt a bit refreshed. And I went out at night when there's not many people out, which is a good thing, because I'm not good in traffic anymore at all, and I don't drive very much at all, if ever. So I'm really out of practice. So I ride the road least traveled, or at least I try to. And I fucking hate when people come up on my ass and just ride my ass. I'll go slower, and they still ride my ass. No, people just don't learn. Just don't care. Travis says riding bike was better to me than school sports. And I loved fishing when I was a kid. Yeah, see, there you go. Foxman, have a good night, you too. Foxman, take care, brother. Foxman says you have a good night, 2112. Thanks for stopping in, bro. Hopefully in the next show we'll have some more antics on the radio. But for now, you guys were stuck with me. Riding bikes was my number one thing besides skateboarding, and I'm glad you brought up bikes. I can't believe I completely forgot about bikes. But yeah, bikes were the number one thing for me as a kid. Then it turned into skateboards before cars and motorcycles. And I still love bicycles, and I have a really nice specialized hybrid street bike. This thing is bitchin'. I forget what it's called now. But I've had it for a few years, 3 or 4 years, and I haven't ridden it in like 2. Because that's just the way things are working out in my life, unfortunately. But I need to get out and ride it. I really do. It's a gorgeous bike. I wish I could remember what the hell model it is. Gee, excuse me. Goddamn. Dallas Rice says you should take the camera on a ride at night. Oh, dude, have I ever? That's the kind of shit I used to do. That was my material on this channel. And they're not viewable anymore because I still have them all, but all my ride videos are private except for the one that I ride out to El Dorado County and to Markleyville and to their airport out there in Tahoe, or not Tahoe, but the forest south of Tahoe. And that's a great video. It's got music in it. There's no talking until I get to till I'm stopped, and then I do a bit of narration. If you guys haven't seen that video, it's Ride to El Dorado County or something like that. I can't even remember the name of it. And it's like 20 minutes or so long. And it's really nicely edited, and the music's freaking great for it. And it's just a great video. You watch that video, and that's the example of the videos that I will make in the future if I continue to ride my bike. I'm having troubles pushing myself out the door to go do it. It sucks having to ride all by myself, especially at nighttime. It gets really friggin' lonely. It'd be nice if I had somebody to share, an adventure with, but I don't know anybody that rides a motorcycle, and so that's a sad story there, guys. But yeah, check out that video, and I would like to make more videos like that and post them on Reed's Bud Videos channel, because that is my second channel. This used to be Reed's Bud Videos channel here, and it evolved into CB Lounge 2112 back in October or so. And so that's when I changed the format completely and made all my old stuff private. I changed the name and everything, and became the CB Lounge 2112 completely. And I'm glad I did it, very much so. But then I restarted Reed's Bud Videos, and of course, it's got like 9 subscribers. Because it took me, I don't know, 16 years to build up 600 or 700 subscribers. on Reed's Buds videos, and then I went to CB Lounge 2112, and now I'm up to 875. Not bragging. I am proud, but I'm not bragging. But poor Reed's Bud Videos is starting from scratch, so it doesn't have any subscribers, and I really don't do. There's a lot of great videos on there as it stands, but I haven't added anything new to it here recently. And I would like to add some more ride videos. So, Dallas, you're right. I should take the camera on a ride at night or even in the day. I prefer to ride at night, though, because there's nobody out. The drawback to that is critters, coyotes, drunk liberals, crawling across the street, deer. I came across a bear about a decade ago up in the higher housing tract above our town called Lakeview, and it's not lit up there. It's right at the interface with the forest. And I came around a corner slowly, and there was a giant brown bear in the middle of the road, and it stood there and it looked at me, and I was like, oh, and I stopped maybe 100 feet before him, and I was shaking, and I turned my motorcycle around, and I just gunned it, like I was racing, and all I could picture was that bear reaching out and ripping me off my motorcycle. My imagination took care of me there, and I was frightened like a motherfucker, and I still will not go up there in the nighttime anymore. To this day, I won't go up there. Kind of like the time I swam about almost a mile out offshore in Kona, and then I had this complete meltdown in my mind that I was going to get eaten by a shark. And I swam like I was swimming for my life back to shore. I had this complete trip out. It was crazy, and it was scary though. It was a panic attack is what it was. And I was swimming for shore. I couldn't believe I swam out that far. Because I kind of swam out on my back after I got out of the breakers. Didn't realize I went out that far. It was kind of crazy. Travis Chapin said he'd rather hunt anymore. Also, I think I have shit my pants seeing that on a bike. It was pretty. I shit a plaid brick. A plaid brick. It was incredible. And of course, I've come across, deer and coyotes running across. Wild horses is another thing. The last time I went out to Washoe Valley, I came across wild horses right on the side of the road, and I was like, thank God I don't ride like a maniac. Because I want to ride. I want to live to ride another day. So I ride really safe. I really do. Except for if it's like a straightaway, I'll go 100 miles an hour or whatever on a straightaway if I can get away with it. And there's some places out here where I can do that, especially late at night. So I've gone 100, 110 on my motorcycle, but not on a windy road or amongst traffic, like these idiots do on, posting YouTube videos. Fucking nutcases. Have a death wish. Yep, plaid brick, Travis, plaid brick. Oh, we're down to 5. Down to 5. How long have I been going here? 120 minutes. Jeez, 2 hours. 2 hour. You be here 2 hour. You be here 2 hour. You eat everything you get out. You eat it all. You leave now, mister. Uh-oh. Did I just profile? Is that what you would call it? Did I just do profiling? Did I just do stereotyping? Was a feeling hurt? Was a feeling hurt? Oh boy, we love gourmet buffet. Yes, we do. What's funny is I can listen to people make fun of the honky all day long, and I could give a fuck. You know what I mean? I don't take it personally. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're not. But who cares? But this world isn't built like that anymore. I bet Mel Brooks is considered an enemy to Hollywood now. That man is 98 years old now. He just turned 98 recently. He's one of my absolute heroes when it comes to comedy and movie making, things like that. And he's one person that's respectable. You know, they're not respectable now, and now you get famous for nothing, or they hire you to be famous. You know, influencer. What the fuck is that? Give me a freaking break. Give me a break. I draw the line, okay? But yeah, Mel Brooks. I bet he's considered the enemy now with his tasteless, God, just awful, awful humor that can cause a feeling hurt. If you get your feeling hurt by a comedy show, I don't know what to tell you. The Golden Gate Bridge is about 300 miles that way. Hey, dark humor, you know. Yeah. Travis says, I'm half Native American, half German. I cannot get offended, but when I get pissed, look out. LOL. I'm 100% American. That's what I say. But yeah, my ancestry is mostly English and German. Let's see here. Big Show says, John Panette? Is that how you say it? Chinese buffet skit. LOL. I'm not familiar with that. Not familiar with that at all. I'll have to look that one up later on. Panette. Well, cool. All right, guys. Any other questions? I don't want to keep you any longer. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go have my enchilada dinner. I'm sorry that this show turned into a talk show more than a skip show. You know, what can you do? If you don't... what am I trying to say? I'm glad it did, because I was able to explain to you guys the conditions of my, the status and conditions of the CB Lounge, and, you know, how I've been trolled and bullied, basically. So if you don't know what I'm talking about and you're watching the replay, go back and see it. If you're here now and you're curious, don't click away after I go off. Just rewind it and you can go hear about it. Sad state of affairs, pathetic, but what can you do? What can you do? But like I said before, I truly did nothing to deserve the treatment I'm getting, and if I did, I would so friggin' admit it and issue apologies where necessary. I mean that from the bottom of my gut. I really do. I mean that in all honesty and truly. I own what I do and what I say. And if I was a jerky, I would admit that I was a jerky, but I truly did nothing. Nothing at all but look out for my best interest, basically. Imagine that. I looked out for my best interest. What a fucker. What a fucker I am. Travis says, eat hearty and enjoy. Tell the missus I said hello. I will. Take care of the pup. Absolutely. It's going to be a long recovery. I have a lot of responsibility, actually, the next bit, helping her recovery all day long. I have a whole bunch of different things to do. She's got 8 different medications. It's no joke, and neither is the bill. Oh, my God. I wanted a jet ski. I guess not. I guess a knee surgery is more important, and it is. Absolutely it is. I would sell all my CB stuff, whatever, to help pay to make my animals, comfortable and not sick or not hurting. When I take responsibility, when I adopted my animals, that's the responsibility I took. And I've gone hungry for my animals before, literally. So, years and years ago when I was a young guy, I went hungry for almost 3 weeks for my dog. I bought freaking dog food instead of groceries because I couldn't afford both. I had just moved and I was low on cash, and I had just gotten a new job, and it was 2 or so weeks till payday. And I was living off of the freaking coffee, and this is why I hate coffee with a vengeance, because this isn't the first time I've had to live off coffee, but at that time, I was living off the coffee at the car dealership, and maybe sometimes they would have donuts brought in, and if I was fast enough, I could grab a donut, and I'd live off that, and that's it for the most part. You know, I had some things in my kitchen, canned bullshit or whatever, until I depleted my food supply, and then God sent me a fucking savior. This guy came into my life who was a really cool dude. His name was Andy, and he was one of the first people that I knew that could hook me up with smoke when I came here to Carson City, and he was like 12 years older than me, and he was the head waiter at a Mexican food restaurant. He's a white guy, and he was the head waiter at the Mexican food restaurant, the only white employee out of 3 restaurants. And they treated him really good because he was there for like 25 years. But he brought me a stack of to-go. He must have brought me one thing from every, on the menu. One of each thing on the menu. In a to-go thing. It was incredible. And Mexican food is I love Mexican food. I can eat it 7 days a week. Sometimes I do. So it was an incredible thing that this guy saved me. And that was like a week before I got paid. And I didn't starve that week. Thank God. And you know what I mean? I got paid and I got groceries and got dog food. All that shit. Hard times. And that's not the first time I ever did that. And I'm sure you guys have similar stories. You know, everybody has their hard times, that's for sure. Life's rough. If life wasn't rough, you'd be a liberal. you'd be a freaking a socialist republic or a socialist democratic. What am I trying to say? A socialist brat. My God. I was trying to think of the Oingo Boingo lyric, and I just can't spit it out. The lyric from Capitalism. And if you don't know that song from Oingo Boingo, Capitalism, the lyrics of that song is absolutely perfect for today, in today's society. And that song was from 1981. And it's a great song on top of that. Oingo Boingo fucking rules. They always will. So on that note, guys, have a great night. And thanks for sticking it out with me. I do appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one. And hopefully Skip will keep rolling in harder and stronger. Okay, guys, we'll see you later. Enchiladas for me.